There are zodiac signs people admire, zodiac signs people desire, zodiac signs people fear, and zodiac signs people never fully forget. And then there's Pisces, the sign that quietly slips past logic and goes straight into your heart, your memory, and sometimes even your destiny. Pisces is not loud in the way fire signs are loud. Pisces is not hard in the way earth signs can be hard. Pisces does not always arrive with a dramatic entrance, a polished speech, or a need to dominate the room. But somehow, after 5 minutes with them, the emotional temperature changes, the atmosphere softens, the conversation deepens, the mask slips, and people begin to reveal things they did not plan to say out loud. That is the secret power of Pisces. They do not simply communicate with you, they tune into you. There is something almost dangerous about how deeply Pisces understands human nature, not because they are manipulative by default, but because they feel what others miss. They hear the tremor behind confidence. They notice the sadness behind sarcasm. They can sense longing in the middle of laughter. This is why so many people underestimate Pisces at first. They mistake gentleness for weakness, softness for naivety, emotionality for instability. That is their first mistake. Because Pisces is not weak, Pisces is fluid, and water, as history has proven again and again, is one of the most powerful forces on Earth. It yields, but it reshapes stone. It moves quietly, but it changes landscapes. If you have ever had a Pisces friend who checked on you when the whole world forgot, a Pisces partner who looked at you as if they could see your soul under all the armor, or a Pisces colleague who turned chaos into grace without needing applause, then you already know this sign is rare. Pisces often gives what people spend years searching for: emotional safety, intuitive loyalty, creativity, compassion, tenderness, romance, and the kind of understanding that feels almost like home. The world is full of people who know how to impress. Pisces knows how to heal. The world is full of people who know how to talk. Pisces knows how to feel. The world is full of people who want to be chosen. Pisces makes people feel worthy of being loved. And that is exactly why Pisces deserves to be number one on the list of friends and partners. They are not perfect. No diamond comes out of the earth already polished. But that is what makes Pisces so extraordinary. Beneath their moods, mysteries, and moments of retreat is one of the most precious emotional natures in the zodiac. They are the people who remember what you said 3 months ago when you thought nobody noticed. They are the ones who will stay beside you during an invisible crisis. They are the dreamers who still believe in miracles but also in kindness, and in a world growing colder by the year, that alone makes them priceless. Pisces is not just a sign. Pisces is a rare emotional luxury, a soul with velvet edges and ocean depth, a person who can love like poetry, listen like prayer, and remain unforgettable long after others fade into noise. Why Pisces is a diamond. The unique advantages of this sign. Pisces is often called sensitive, but that word is far too small for what Pisces really is. Sensitive sounds fragile. Pisces is not fragile. Pisces is responsive. They are one of the few signs that can walk into a room and instantly feel the emotional weather. They pick up tension before anyone admits it. They sense attraction before anyone confesses it. They know when a smile is real, when a silence is painful, and when someone is pretending to be stronger than they feel. In friendship, this makes Pisces deeply valuable. They are not surface-level companions. They are the people who can sit with your silence and still understand your pain. They do not always need the perfect words. Their presence itself becomes a form of comfort. One of the greatest gifts of Pisces is compassion without calculation. Many people help when it is convenient, profitable, or socially visible. Pisces often helps because their heart refuses to stand aside. They are capable of tremendous empathy, and when they care with their whole inner world. That is why Pisces friends can feel like emotional rescue lines. They may not always arrive with a 10-step plan, but they bring something even more powerful in dark times: softness, loyalty, intuition, and human warmth. They remind you that you do not have to be impressive to be loved. You only have to be real. As partners, Pisces has a quality that many people crave and few truly offer: emotional devotion. When Pisces loves deeply, they do not love in half measures. They notice your moods, memorize your little habits, remember the tone of your voice when something is wrong. They are romantics not only in grand gestures, but in details. A Pisces partner may remember your favorite song, the story behind your insecurity, the look in your eyes before you said "I'm fine" when you clearly were not. They are often the kind of people who love not only your strengths, but your hidden wounds, your contradictions, your unfinished parts. They do not just want the polished version of you, they want the truth. And here is what makes Pisces extraordinary in both love and friendship. They humanize people. Around Pisces, many become softer, braver, more honest, more emotionally alive. They create a space where vulnerability is not punished. That is rare, very rare. In a world where many relationships are built on performance, Pisces still believes in emotional truth. They can be dreamers, yes, but do not underestimate the power of a dreamer who understands pain. Pisces often transforms suffering into art, confusion into intuition, heartbreak into wisdom. That is why so many Pisces are gifted in music, writing, design, film, healing work, psychology, spiritual guidance, and anything that requires imagination fused with feeling. Another reason Pisces should be high on your list is their ability to see beauty where others see damage. Pisces often has an almost magical eye for hidden potential. They can look at a tired person and still see their light. They can look at a failing situation and still sense what could be saved. They can look at life itself even when it is messy, unfair, or heartbreaking and still find a reason to believe in love, meaning, and tenderness. This does not make them unrealistic. It makes them soulful. Pisces understands pain, but they refuse to let pain be the final language of life. Pisces is also far more resilient than people realize. Because they are emotional, others assume they break easily. In truth, Pisces survives things in silence that would make louder signs collapse publicly. Their endurance is often invisible. They cry, they retreat, they disappear for a while, but then they return with deeper eyes, wiser instincts, and even more compassion. Pisces does not survive by becoming colder. Pisces survives by becoming deeper. That is one of the most beautiful strengths a human being can have. Of course, the diamond side of Pisces is not only softness. There is also mystery. Pisces carries an inner world that no one fully owns. Even their closest people often sense that a part of Pisces belongs to dreams, memory, imagination, God, music, destiny, something larger than the ordinary world. This makes them magnetic. People are drawn to what they cannot completely explain, and Pisces is often exactly that, explainable enough to be trusted, mysterious enough to be fascinating. They are emotional, but not predictable, tender, but not simple, romantic, but never boring. And perhaps the biggest advantage of Pisces is this: they make life feel meaningful. Some people bring energy, some bring ambition, some bring drama. Pisces brings soul. They can turn an ordinary conversation into a confession, an ordinary evening into a memory, an ordinary relationship into a profound chapter of your life. They do not merely exist beside people, they leave emotional fingerprints. Pisces forecast for 2026, April 2026. April opens a deeply important inner door for Pisces. This is the month when your intuition becomes louder than outside opinions, and that alone will change many of your decisions. You may feel that something inside you is done with settling, done with doubting, done with shrinking to fit into other people's comfort zones. Professionally, this is a strong month for creative ideas, rebranding, self-presentation, and quietly preparing a breakthrough. Do not rush to reveal everything. Let your plans breathe in private before you show them to the world. In love, April can bring emotional clarity. A connection either deepens beautifully or reveals where you have been carrying the emotional weight alone. Trust what repeats. Trust what your body feels when someone enters the room. May 2026. May is more practical, but do not fear that word. For Pisces, practicality in 2026 does not mean losing magic, it means giving your dreams structure. Money themes become more important now. You may start thinking seriously about income, savings, a second source of revenue, a new job direction, or monetizing a gift you once treated as just a talent. This is a month when the universe asks you to stop underpricing yourself. Friendships also go through a filter in May. You begin to notice who celebrates you sincerely and who only enjoys your softness when it benefits them. This may sting at first, but it is freeing. Romantic energy becomes steadier. Someone may show love through consistency rather than dramatic words, and this could end up meaning more than fantasy ever did. June 2026. June is one of the most emotionally beautiful months of the first half of the year for Pisces. Your charm increases, your creativity deepens, your presence becomes impossible to ignore. There is a strong possibility of heartfelt conversations, reconciliations, spiritual insights, and moments when life feels strangely meant to be. If you work in art, media, beauty, helping professions, healing, teaching, or any field where emotional intelligence matters, June can bring recognition. In relationships, vulnerability becomes your superpower. Stop apologizing for having depth. The right people are not scared of your feelings, they are nourished by them. This is also a powerful month for home, family ties, and building a more peaceful environment around yourself. Protect your nervous system. Beauty heals you more than you admit. July 2026. July asks Pisces to become braver with visibility. You have spent enough time refining your inner world, now life wants proof that you are ready to act on what you know. This month may bring invitations, important meetings, flirtation, social openings, creative exposure, or a chance to step into a role that fits you better. Say yes more often, especially when fear is pretending to be humility. Financially, July may reward those Pisces who finally decide to be taken seriously. Charge properly, ask properly, present yourself properly. In love, passion can intensify. Attraction becomes more obvious, and hidden feelings may come closer to the surface. If you are single, someone charismatic may appear. If you are attached, July can reawaken chemistry, but only if honesty replaces avoidance. August 2026. August brings movement, energy, and a stronger sense of direction. After months of inner growth, you begin to notice that your confidence is no longer imaginary, it has become visible. This is a month for action, especially in work, self-presentation, health, and routines. If you have been procrastinating, August pushes you to get serious. It may also bring a revealing moment in relationships. You will see who supports your becoming, not just your softness. Love becomes more honest now. Someone may want greater clarity, commitment, or consistency. If you are single, attraction can appear through work, shared tasks, or a practical connection that slowly turns magnetic. September 2026. September is one of the most important partnership months of the year for Pisces. Emotions deepen, contracts matter more, and major relationship choices can arise. This is not necessarily dramatic, it is meaningful. Some Pisces will define a bond more clearly, meet someone who feels surprisingly fated, or finally understand what kind of partner they can no longer accept. If you are in a healthy relationship, this month strengthens trust. If not, truth may become unavoidable. Professionally, collaboration works in your favor, but choose carefully. Do not join forces with people who admire your gifts but do not respect your limits. Your peace is part of your value. October 2026. October is transformative. Something old begins to die off, a version of you, a fear, a dependence, a pattern of people-pleasing, an attachment to fantasy over fact. This may feel emotional, but it is cleansing. You are shedding what no longer matches your future. Financially, this can be a powerful month for strategic thinking, debt reduction, investment planning, and taking your long-term stability more seriously. Emotionally, your intuition becomes razor sharp. If something feels off, believe yourself. If something feels sacred, honor it. Passion runs deep in October, and this can either lead to profound intimacy or necessary endings. Either way, life is trying to free you. November 2026. November expands your horizons. Travel, study, teaching, publishing, public speaking, spiritual development, and big picture decisions are highlighted. Pisces often feels reborn when life becomes meaningful again, and November offers that meaning. You may suddenly feel inspired by a new dream, a new direction, or a new version of yourself that no longer wants to stay hidden. This is a beautiful month for visibility, reaching new audiences, or sharing your ideas. Love becomes more hopeful too. A relationship may feel lighter, more adventurous, more future-oriented. If you are single, someone from another background, city, or worldview may catch your attention in a way that feels both exciting and strangely familiar. December 2026. December crowns the year by bringing results, recognition, and emotional maturity. What you have been building quietly since spring now begins to show. Career matters can improve, your reputation may strengthen, and people may finally see your value more clearly. Do not shrink when that happens. Receive it. You have spent enough years doubting whether your softness can survive in a hard world. December proves that it can, and more than that, it can succeed. In love, this is a month of emotional wisdom. Some Pisces will step into a more stable bond, while others will finally close a chapter that has drained their spirit. Either way, you end 2026 stronger, clearer, and far more precious to yourself than you were at the beginning of the year. Final message for Pisces. Pisces, your greatest power in 2026 is not becoming colder, louder, or harder. It is becoming clearer. Clearer about your worth, clearer about your gifts, clearer about what love should feel like, clearer about the fact that your sensitivity is not a flaw to fix, but a treasure to protect and direct wisely. From April to December, life asks you to stop apologizing for your depth and start building with it. The world does not need less of your magic. It needs you to stop giving it away to the wrong people. You are not too emotional. You are emotionally intelligent. You are not too dreamy. You are visionary. You are not too soft. You are rare. And that is exactly why Pisces is not just a zodiac sign. Pisces is a diamond.